Hello, I am Coach Irene. I have been teaching English language for more than 6 years. In this video, we will be looking at IELTS Listening Part 3. Are you ready? Let's jump right in. Welcome to Level Up with Coach Irene. IELTS Listening Part 3 is usually a conversation between 2 to 4 people, especially 2 persons. The contest is educational or training related. For example, a student and a tutor discussing an assignment, or a group of students planning a project, or a teacher explaining a course. It focuses on academic listening, understanding details, opinions, and reasoning. It is quite longer than part 1 and 2, often 3 to 5 minutes. If you wish to know more about part 1 and 2, I have made videos on that. Do well to click the link in the description box. IELTS Listening Part 3 uses more complex language. It uses academic terms, connectors, reasoning. It gives more than one idea in a sentence. It requires careful attention. Part 3 is more difficult, as it is usually a university-related conversation. It could be a conversation between students and tutors, or group projects, or course discussions. The vocabulary is more academic than the everyday English of part 1 or 2. For example, instead of book a ticket, you might hear submit an application before the deadline. It involves multiple speakers, unlike part 1 and 2. Part 3 often has 2 to 4 speakers. You will need to track who is speaking, what each opinion is, and how they interact. One speaker may suggest an idea, then another disagrees or changes it. The sentences often contain contrast, cause, and condition. For example, although we initially considered doing a presentation, we decided instead to write a report because it would give us more marks. The key answer may be in the second half after a contrast word like although, or however, or instead. In part 1 and 2, many answers are directly repeated. In part 3, the wordings in the question is rarely repeated exactly. In addition, speakers often say something, then change their mind. Many of the questions test whether you catch attitudes, that is, agreement or disagreement. For example, speaker A says the book was difficult to understand. Speaker B says yes, but the examples were useful. The question would be, what was the student's opinion of the book? To answer this question, the answer would be, it had useful examples but was difficult to understand. Part 3 is harder because it tests higher level listening skills. Moving on, let us look at the common question types in Part 3. We have multiple choice questions. For this, listen for keywords and synonyms. Distractors are common. Number 2, we have matching. For this, match people to opinions, reasons, or problems. 3, sentence completion. Listen for exact info and numbers. Beware of paraphrasing. 4, short answer questions. It is usually from 1 to 3 words. Pay attention to plural or singular forms. 5. Diagram or flowchart labeling. With this type of question, follow logical sequence. Note transitions. In listening part 3, there are challenges that you will face. Number 1, overlapping speech. People talk over each other slightly. Number 2, synonyms and paraphrasing. They rarely repeat words from the question. Number 3, signposting words like firstly, however, on the other hand. Number 4, distractors. Be very mindful of this one. They say one thing, then correct it. Let us look at some strategies that will help you score bar 9 in this exam. Read questions before listening. Underline keywords, names, numbers, dates, technical terms. Guess the type of word needed, whether it's a noun, verb, adjective, or number. Words like however, although, because, first, finally, signal key info. Focus on reasoning and opinions. Don't panic if you miss something. Check your grammar and spelling after writing. Here are common mistakes people make during this listening IELTS test. Number 1, writing the wrong form of a word. Some persons write singular instead of plural. Number 2, using a word from the recording directly when a synonym is required. Number 3, not reading instructions carefully. Do well to follow every instructions. Moving on, let us take a sample test. At the end of the video, I will reveal the answers. Do well to score yourself in the comments. Are you ready? Let's jump right in.
Part 3.
You will hear a telephone conversation between two people about a flat.
First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 26. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 26.
Hello, this is Simon Marshall. I spoke to you the other day about renting flat 3A.
Oh yes. Hello Simon. What can I do for you?
Well, there are a few health and safety things I'd like to run through if that's okay.
Yes, fine.
Right, well the first thing, bearing in mind it's quite an old house, is whether there's any damp. I'm thinking here of the exterior walls and the floor.
Well, I've never known any problems with damp there. It was all right last time I checked, certainly, though that was before the recent wet weather. I'd better have another look and get back to you on that.
OK. Now the next thing is the gas supply. Do you have a safety certificate? A current one, that is?
We do. All the gas appliances have been checked by a registered engineer.
Yes, I was going to ask about that. When did they actually do the inspection?
Let me think. They sent an engineer to check something early last year, but no, that wasn't the inspection. Oh, I remember now, it was in the spring. In fact, I've got the certificate here somewhere. Yes, that's it. March 22nd, so it's just over 5 months ago.
And the electricity, when was the last time all the wiring was inspected? I know it doesn't have to be checked as often as the gas, but it's still important, especially in older properties.
As it happens, we had an electrician in when we redecorated flat 3A. If he looked at everything then, he would have charged us for it. I'll find the bill and check it if you like.
Fine. And when was that?
The decorators finished just before Easter, so that would be about 18 months ago.
Just one more point on the electrics. Are there enough plug sockets in the flat?
It depends what you mean by enough, really.
Well, I've got quite a lot of electrical things. Computer, radio, lamps, kitchen appliances and so on. And I'm wondering whether I could plug them all in without having cables trailing all over the place.
I think there's one per room. That's fairly normal in older properties.
I'll take that as a no then.
All right.
Now, another safety point. Is there a smoke alarm?
Yes, there's one in the kitchen.
And is it in good working order?
I'll have to try it out and let you know.
Right. Now, you mentioned the previous tenants. Do they, or anyone else who's lived in the flat, still have keys to the door?
We're very strict about that. Everyone has to hand back the keys when they leave or we don't return the deposit. And those in 3A have always done so.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 27 to 30. Now listen and answer questions 27 to 30.
OK. Now, there are a few other practical details. Firstly, you mentioned a room where people can leave things like suitcases and bags and things. Where exactly is that? Is it next to 3A, which I take it is on the 3rd floor?
Well, the apartment's on the 3rd, yes. But the storeroom's a little way away, just past the 2nd door to the right. Under the stairs, in fact.
But it's on the same floor, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Fine. Now, another thing I wanted to check is that there's hot water in the apartment.
Oh, yes. It runs off the central heating. That was installed back in the 70s, I think, so there's a permanent supply.
But is it really hot? Not just warm or lukewarm?
I suppose it depends what you mean by hot. But it's at a constant 60 degrees.
Oh, that sounds fine.
Yes, it used to be set at 55, but last year the tenants asked us to increase it, so we did.
Oh, I'm glad about that. OK, now can you tell me a bit about the yard and the garden? How big are they?
Well, the yard at the side of the house is about 20 square metres.
Oh, so there's room for my motorbike then? Actually, it's only a 50cc moped, but I like to keep it off the road at night.
Yes, there's more than enough space there, even with all the wheelie bins.
And the garden?
That's much bigger, about 150 square metres.
Who looks after it, by the way?
Old Mr. Collins. He's almost 90, but he's out there every day.
And the last point, the TV. What size screen is it?
It's 70 centimetres wide, I think. No, sorry, that was the old one. This one's 80. You can get 90-odd channels on it, so I'm told.
Really? So there's a satellite dish on the roof, is there?
No, it's cable TV here. It doesn't cost much between everyone, though.
That's very interesting. OK, thanks for your help. I'll be in touch again soon.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Bye.
That is the end of part 3.
You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Here are the correct answers. Check your answers and score yourself in the comments. Stay tuned on this channel for more. We have come to the end of this video. I believe that you got value. Do well to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our exquisite channel, as this will encourage me to do more videos for you. I'll see you in my next one. Bye for now.